All right, let's just dive right in. We're about to pull back the curtain on some of the most extreme, most brutal training rituals used by elite military units all around the world. These are the tests designed to push people to their absolute breaking point, all in the name of creating the perfect soldier.
And it all starts with what sounds like a pretty simple goal: to teach a soldier to remain calm under pressure. But the methods they use to instill this lesson, they're anything but simple. In fact, they are downright terrifying.
Yeah, you heard that right. Just let that sink in for a second. This is not a simulation. We're talking a live round, and the only thing standing between that recruit and a fatal injury is a bulletproof vest. The whole point of this insane ritual is to teach absolute, unshakable composure while you're literally staring down the barrel of a gun.
And that right there is the central mystery we're unpacking today. What in the world is the logic behind this apparent madness? Why would you put your own people through something that, from the outside, looks a lot like outright torture?
And here's the thing. This isn't just one isolated, extreme case. Not at all. We see versions of this kind of training across the globe in some of the most advanced and, frankly, most respected military forces. From Europe to Asia to North America, this philosophy of extreme training is a weirdly common thread.
So first, let's get into the psychological deep dive. This is where the battle isn't fought on a field with guns, but entirely inside a recruit's own mind.
We're talking about the legendary test for the UK's Special Air Service, the SAS. You see, their final challenge has almost nothing to do with physical strength. It's all about psychological endurance. It's a grueling 36-hour mock interrogation.
And the process is, well, it's systematic. They strip recruits of their clothes, their name, their whole identity. They're blindfolded, cutting them off from the world. They're forced into these incredibly painful stress positions. Imagine being forced to hold a squat for hours on end, and they're subjected to constant humiliation. It's all designed, step by step, to completely break down their will to resist.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the goal behind something like this. The constant, maddening white noise is designed to turn your own mind into a prison. It's meant to prepare soldiers for the horrifying reality of being captured and tortured, teaching them how to endure when there's no escape, not even inside their own head.
Okay, so now we're going to pivot from the psychological to the purely physical. These next rituals are all designed to conquer the most primal human instincts we have: fear and disgust.
You gotta hear this. In China, recruits in some units play a deadly game of hot potato. No, really. They pass around a live grenade with the pin already pulled. At the very last second, the final soldier drops it into a ditch and everyone dives for cover. Can you imagine? The goal is to teach absolute trust in your teammates and perfect control when you're under the most extreme pressure imaginable.
And then there's the annual Cobra Gold exercise in Thailand. This is where U.S. Marines learn jungle survival skills from their Thai counterparts. And part of that training includes drinking the blood of a freshly decapitated cobra. It's a raw test designed to help them overcome primal disgust and condition them to do, well, whatever it takes to survive in the wild.
So it's really crucial to understand this part. These are not just random acts of cruelty. They are highly calculated exercises. Each one is designed to systematically rewire a soldier's basic instincts, to desensitize fear, to conquer disgust, and to build an unbreakable bond of trust under insane amounts of pressure.
And this all brings us to the core philosophy that connects every one of these rituals. It's a powerful and, a very controversial idea that sits at the very heart of what it takes to create an elite soldier.
And this right here perfectly illustrates the central theory at play. It's called manufactured trauma. The belief is that to prepare soldiers to survive the absolute chaos and horror of a real battlefield, you first have to make them experience a version of that trauma in a controlled setting. Basically, you have to break them to make them unbreakable.
But this is where the line gets incredibly blurry, isn't it? When does brutal, rigorous training cross over and become psychological torture? One builds resilience, while the other risks breaking the psyche. One forges a team, but the other can create lasting, personal trauma.
It's a really tough question, and there are no easy answers. To create soldiers who are capable of facing the unimaginable, do we have to subject them to the unthinkable? It really makes you wonder about the true cost, both physical and psychological, of forging the ultimate weapon.